It started with the rain, you know? Always does, doesn't it? Not a dramatic storm, just a persistent, melancholic drizzle that seemed to seep into everything, including my thoughts. I found a box in the attic a few weeks back while trying to patch a leak. The house is old, older than anyone remembers, and the attic, well, the attic feels like a repository for forgotten things and forgotten memories. This box was different though. No name, no markings, just plain dark wood. Inside were these tapes, audio cassettes. I almost threw them away, didn't even own a cassette player anymore. But something stopped me, a feeling perhaps, like the rain itself, a persistent drip in the back of my mind. So I borrowed a player from a friend, an old clunker, but it worked. The first tape was just static, white noise that hummed in my ears. I almost gave up then, thought it was a dud. But on the second tape, there was a voice, male like mine, but different, hollow, detached. He was talking about his house, describing it almost exactly as I would describe mine. The way the light falls through the west window in the afternoon, he said, it paints the dust motes dancing in the air like tiny lost souls. I knew exactly what he meant. The hairs on my arms stood on end. He went on, talking about the creaks in the floorboards, the way the wind howled through the eaves on stormy nights. It was unnervingly familiar. Then he started talking about the feeling of being watched. He dismissed it at first, said it was just the old house settling, the wind playing tricks. But the feeling grew stronger, he said. He started seeing things out of the corner of his eye, shadows that flickered and disappeared, whispers that faded before he could decipher them. He started leaving a tape recorder running at night, hoping to capture something, anything that would explain what he was experiencing. On the third tape, there were hours of silence, punctuated by the occasional creak or groan of the house. Then a whisper, faint, barely audible. He must have enhanced it, boosted the volume, because the next thing I heard was his voice, strained, terrified. "Did you hear that?" he asked. "What was that?" The whisper came again, louder this time, closer to the microphone. It sounded like a name, my name. He repeated it, his voice rising in panic. "Who's there? What do you want?" Then silence, a long, drawn-out silence that stretched on for what felt like an eternity. Finally, a blood-curdling scream cut short. The tape ended abruptly. I haven't been able to listen to the other tapes yet. They're still in the box, in the attic. But the feeling he described, the feeling of being watched, it's here now. It's in the house. It's in me. I keep hearing whispers too, just at the edge of hearing. I can't make out what they're saying, but I think they're calling my name. And the way the light falls through the west window in the afternoon, it doesn't just paint the dust motes like tiny lost souls anymore. It paints them like faces, pale, gaunt faces staring back at me. I thought this house was mine, but what if I'm just the next one listening? What if the house is listening too?